all of you from Thailand, from Mexico, from Argentina. I hope you're doing well. And from Japan, arigatou gozaimasu. I'm so happy about your presence in my channel. Namaste, all the friends from India. I hope you're so fine. And everybody else from Africa, Nigeria, Brazil, maybe Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, and everywhere else. I hope you're doing well, right? Yeah, so welcome in the house again. And we are into the evening reaction. Of course, if you've come to my channel, you should be aware that we always do social reactions and political reactions. I already did a political reaction during the day, and of course I'm planning to see whether I'll find time to do another for Live Saga TV. And welcome. I hope you are well, or you are fine in the house, and everything is about our banger this evening. All right, so of course in the house we have so much that is you know, in the sky, and we are starting with something about Nyabohanze, guys. Of course, all of you, those who have been watching me continuously, you know I talk about Nyabohanze a lot, and it's because of the travel commandos right there, plus many other sagas in the house. So let's get to it, because Mwita is finally a suit boy right there. Even though yesterday he was groaning and complaining, saying he's going back to Tanzania, he's not going to do it, right? And guess what? Why do you think he's decided to do so? Of course, the gifts in the house have to continue flowing. And remember, life is not easy. As I've told you, Africa, or rather Kenya, people are really struggling a lot. And if people are struggling, and there are those who are just surviving by, hanging on to these YouTubers and gaining some, breadcrumbs, what about us? Of course, we have to go after them for a reaction stuff. So come to the house, be focus on respect, because of course you are free to air your opinion, but the language you use matters. Of course, in my channel I don't do abuse, okay, but I just say what a spade is, what a spoon is. So let's get to it and see. Of course, Mwita today, yesterday he was insinuating that dancing grandma should go look for bridegroom, or rather groom. All right, yeah, him again. He has been pushed to the and a few minutes just away from the wedding. I don't know after that then what is going to happen. Of course, we are expecting more drama in the house, guys. So let's begin with that before we come back to the return of mothers, of course, in Daniel Mwita, as well as the return of Bahati's mother. You remember, a mother is very important in life, all right? And it depends on what you have, what you're doing, and where you are. Maybe your experiences, the background, the suffering you've gone through, the devastation you've experienced, all that will determine how you will have the feelings towards your parent. John Magashi says, where are you now? Of course, in Kenya. What about you? I hope you can share with us so that we go get it. Hi, the name is not even visible. I can't see the name. At the same time, I cannot see the writings. Possibly Arabic language written right there. I'm so sorry, I can't read it. So let's get after it and move very fast, because we're going to take 1 hour as I brush through the reaction to just understand what is happening in Nyabohanze, Poland, as well as whatever is going about in Kenya. So of course, all of you know Bahati wa Diana is a very famous musician in Kenya, and recently he did a very funny song, Seti. Did you see it? I talked about it, and I hope you remember the relationship about the song and the young people. I was talking about students who are back from school and whatever they're going to see. And I don't know, of course he came out, apologized, and then later on dropped another song. You know, that's what we call, I can't call them kick beats or whatever. And I can't even say it's cloud chasing, but it's just being, opportunistic, using an opportunity that's before you to get to what you want to get. So let's go after it and see what is ahead of us. And of course, as I said, we are beginning with Mita in the house. And let me get the information to share what's up. All right, so let me check this. Levinas Riza, hello, welcome in the house. Thank you so much.
We've arrived. Okay. Good morning. Good morning to you. Everything good?
All right, the network a little bit
Cleaning,
not easy.
thorough cleaning. Because you can see the compound, it's not in a good.
So of course, David Jr. started with demands on cleaning. All right.
Cleaning, entire cleaning.
All right. So of course, today being you know very well it is 3rd of December 2025. So the cleaning was being done at Dancing Grandma. Why worry? Of course, we have seen so many times David Jr. commenting about her and saying that she is very unhygienic. However, things are going to transform because he said that his duty here is to transform. Of course, we appreciate for whatever he did. Maybe, whether it's through crook and hook, we don't know, but let's go on. I don't want to be asked a question, please. Don't ask a question, just say hi and let's continue because I'll not be diverting, getting to answer your questions. What I'm doing is focusing on my response or rather reaction to my topic, and then maybe questions can come later in the comment section, please, so that I focus on whatever I'm doing. So Michael FIFA, I hope you've got it right. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so let me check on this.
Na hata nimeambia wale wengine wawasaidie kufanya usafi pia. Wale wenye walikuwa wanafanya kazi ya mkono hapo. Nimewaambia wasaidie kufanya usafi. Mmeamka? Tumeamka na wewe. I just asked them, they woke up well, she just said yes. Tuko chojo kabisa. Nzuri kabisa. Mko tayari kwa siku ya kesho? Jamani, kwa siku ya leo ama siku ya kesho? Sio kesho tumeamka. Oh, ni kama hata sherehe imeanza. Bwana maandalizi. Wow guys, so what grandma she's saying, the wedding has officially started. Yeah, though the main day is tomorrow, but today is like we just started the celebration. Wow, watu wamelala vizuri. Sasa vizuri na mwita. Wacha kusema. Panyororo. Kama
all right, guys. So what do I say? I am just saying here that the wedding is on, the preparations are being set, and therefore under preparations, what we can see, they are cleaning the compound, they are doing every thorough cleaning all over the places, and I hope they bought the new items, or maybe they'll be just check on some things from my perception, that is. And what my perception tells me is that this seems to be a very funny wedding, because when a wedding is being planned in place, what happens is that maybe other people will come and help you in your duties. Then I'm not even sure about where the bride price was taken, because the cows were supposed to be here and they were supposed to be taken to grandma's home before then the wedding would happen. But I've not really understood it. Can somebody let me know? Because I've not been very keen on following up the channel and checking on everything that Davy Jr. is doing as a result of limited time. I've been quite busy, scarcity of time and all that, and therefore I was unable to check on details of that. Okay, so let's go check on something here. And as I've told you guys, for those who feel like they are comfortable with my channel, continue subscribing to the channel, comment, share, and like. But Michael FIFA keep saying road, 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 road. I don't know, because I know I'm not, okay? And I'm just focusing. The one thing that I'm doing is when I want to focus on my discussion, I can't divert my attention to something else until later. All you can do, if you have a question to raise, maybe you can go to my Gmail. I have already shared it so many times. You can go share out on whatever you want to share, and maybe we can see about it later, because unfortunately I've realized that when I'm doing a presentation and somebody talks to me, I get to have a problem with following up the tracks of what I'm doing, and yet I've planned about it, okay? So bear with me as we go on. Now, you saw grandma preparing her home, and David Jr. comes to ask whether everything is in order, and she told him that of course the wedding will be tomorrow. Now I'm just asking you, what do you think the wedding is? Of course it must have happened today, right? No, it will be happening tomorrow. because I'm checking the videos that Davy Jr. posted, just one in 4 hours, another in 5 hours. And that is where the grandma is cleaning the compound. Everybody is trying to assist, including the daughter. And something else that is happening, I'm just wondering, because she has more daughters, and I'm like, where are the rest? Anyway, but why am I bothered? The only question that I have maybe to pose here is what exactly, or why exactly is she doing what she has to do? And what about Davy Jr.? For example, why is Davy Jr. insisting? That is the question I have to raise here. So let me play a clip here, and I'll let you discuss some questions in relation to that. Now remember, grandma is very old compared to MWita, right? And of course the house has been done by the donors, and finally they are relocating from the old house to the new house. But MWita yesterday was almost crying, saying he wants to go back to Tanzania. So let's see what happened then.
So guys, grandma, she's saying she slept in a comfortable place, and mulilala huko. Aya, twende tukaone. Aya, nao uso ndio useme hello. Si umesema lazima usafishe uso. Aya. Let me see Mwita. Mwita. How are you doing, Mwita?
I'm fine.
That's the bridegroom for you, right?
Good.
You okay? Aya, sema hello Mwita wa kamera yangu pale.
Hello.
How are you doing, Mwita?
I'm fine.
You are fine?
I'm fine.
Mwita, are you ready for tomorrow? Nimekuuliza Mwita wa Kiingereza. Uko tayari kwa siku kubwa ya kesho?
Niko tayari.
Guys, I always laugh at this. This guy, the next minute he was saying he's not ready, he's gonna dump the wedding, and the other minute he's saying yuko tayari, or just simply in English to say that he's ready. Now, guys, let me ask you one thing. Is he joking with us? Is this a comedy kind of script or something? Because I'm trying to ask myself a lot of questions. Remember, guys, if you've actually participated in preparations for a ceremony, including a wedding, or whatever event you've had back in your home, there is a lot that is involved, okay? That involves planning where people will sit, ensuring that you have enough utensils to prepare. Though currently we have a lot of catering services offering whatever you need. But then, guys, I still ask a question. If you have a wedding for yourself, I don't know why the home just looks a bit desolate. Then we don't have enough family members right there. So let's go check whatever was happening, because I just want to get details. NX1, hello, welcome in the house, and thank you so much for showing up on the channel. Like the video, thumbs up.
Sasa tumetumia madawa, nasikia Mungu anasaidia.
Kwa hivyo uko tayari kwa siku ya kesho?
Uko tayari kabisa.
The guy finally says he has used medicine, and I'm like, all right, guy. Yesterday, dude, you told us you're not sick. You're just uncomfortable. What's wrong with you? You can't, like stand firm and, just share your feelings and your thoughts and everything around yourself. You keep waving from left to right, from south to east and north to, I don't just understand it. But anyways, let's go after it.
Mwita says, guys, he's ready for the big day tomorrow. That's why he's doing some cleaning. Naona mnafanya usafi Mwita, mnajitayarisha yani?
Nafanya usafi.
Mulilala sehemu nzuri?
Tulilala
Kuja
sehemu.
tupaone.
Alright, I don't get to take you to somebody's bedroom. I don't want to do that, alright? I don't want to do that because I'm always critical about this when I'm conducting a critical analysis of Davy Jr.'s videos. Sniffing into people's bedroom, I don't think that's something I can do. Nah. So let's get somewhere else and check about something about the general procession or preparations, and then we're gonna see about the dressing. And what do the rest of the people in Nyabohanza think about this? Because I just want to see what people feel. So let's skip some points because that's what I'm after. I don't want to show everything. And of course, we have limited time. Our time is also limited. We have specifically 1 hour to cover our video. So let me just skip something here. All right.
really appreciate it. Personally, yeah, she's asking for the bucket right here. I think there's a water, it's dirty, I need to pour. Yeah. People are busy, guys. Busy. Busy. Like you see, MWita is cleaning.
Now, guys, this seems to be a traditional wedding, right? So all of us who keep watching the guys in Nyabohanse, this must be a traditional wedding, right? And of course, the villagers had a problem with it. Some complaining about the aspect that the lady here created a lot of fuss in the village. We had some burning of houses, and people are not so happy, right? And later on, she brings in this young boy from Tanzania. Then they stay for 25 years. And then new stories begin to emerge. The stories revealing something to do with, he was, helpless, he was hopeless. But at the same time, I see a lot of desolation and a kind of isolation in his life. So I'm asking you, do you think it's really appropriate for the wedding to go on? And of course, the wedding is tomorrow, right? And do you think the preparations are set? I really guess not. And ask me why. Of course, we are going to check on that. So just wait for some minutes as we go. Check for some videos right there. And drop comments, likes, and, continue following up on our stuff. And next one, hello. So let me check on something here. And maybe you may let me understand some details here just before we go to Bahati, Bahati Wadana and Daniel Mwita. Of course, you understand the mother came back yesterday after 10 years. On the other hand, Bahati Wadana, somebody has come up and said she is the mother of Bahati. What do you think? But anyway, let's start first by the clothing and everything about Yaya and all that. And then we'll be going on to the latest. All right, so let's see the bridegroom in the suit.
All right, guys, we are here. Visitors have arrived.
Stop taking meeting notes and let ClickUp AI Note Taker do it for you. It allows you to focus on your meetings, not your...
Oh, come on, Goko, chapu kidogo. Haya. That is Mwita for you. Guys, meet Mwita. Okay, guys, this is how he's dressed. Okay.
Now, let's not pay attention so much on the suit. I want us to go back to the lady. Of course, the bride. So, there we have the bride, of course.
Tunakwanga dunia mzima. Grandma, she's like now.
Acha kwa kidogo mama, hata mtu kumshukuru tulikuwa na hiyo. Najua hata kama 1000 una kununua kitu. Ukiona 1000 una 5 ununui.
No, it's just adjustable. Oh, for him it thinks like it's a hole. No, this is just being adjusted. I'll show you. It's not a big thing, by the way. This is not for the holes. Yeah.
Mama utanivo tu.
Yeah. This is just to dance.
All right, right there.
And you do it like this. I'm dancing, I'm a doctor dancing.
So guys, you agree that age is a number? Age is just a number, okay? So in that video, as we keep following and reacting towards it, everybody has been having a lot of fuss in Nyabohanse about the lady dancing grandma. But finally, as the donors come in the house and they decide to amend their marriage so that it's official, everything happens in time, okay? And of course, we see that even though yesterday there was a clash, today the script has changed, okay? David Jr. is the master of scripts. And of course, that's exactly what he has decided to do. So he has decided to shock and shock and shock the world as he continues creating more scripts. A day needs 5 scripts, so why not? Of course, he should go about it. Of course, one setting has made it to run a series of about 3 months, I guess so. So let's check again on something right here. Yeah, we go back to the bride room.
Wow. Take your time. What are they saying?
I can't wait for the wedding moment. I can't wait for the wedding moment, of course. And maybe for those who keep watching Mwita and Grandma, do they go to church? I'm just curious. I'm not even asking, but I'm just curious, okay? And I'm waiting to see the church, the pastor, and maybe the sealing of the deal finally, and documentation possibly. So what does the documentation mean? Of course, from many people are reacting from Nyabohanse, all they are saying that the guy is ready to purchase land. I don't know how true this is, but sometimes the consistency of how we do some stuff in our lives, if we are used to doing some things, then we are just labeled, all right? Of course, David Jr. has been given a lot of names, including a scammer, including a liar, a sly guy, and all that. Do you think this is true? I would ask you, because I don't want to give the entire opinion. You know, my opinion and your opinion might vary. And again, there are facts and opinion. Is this a fact or opinion? All right? But I just asked yesterday and I didn't see anybody who commented on this. I don't know whether it slipped your minds. I was asking, you know, what is the intention? What would be this motive that is really pushing Davy Jr. to ensure that Grandma marries this guy? What is his intention? You know, yesterday he said that even if he didn't have anything, he would sell his gumboots to make sure that Mwita walks to the altar. And of course, from the preparation, I don't think this is a very clean kind of wedding that is going to happen. I can see some crook and hook kind of stuff, okay? And it's about life and death, a situation that has been created. Like, it's, you know, you understand what I'm talking about? I hope you get it. If you don't get it, forget about it, because the tingo here is clearly something folly, okay? And maybe just after showing you this, Bill said that tomorrow I'll be talking about that wedding. I'll be talking about the wedding. So the guy has been groomed, right? The California boy has been groomed. Now you can imagine this California guy. The passports were ready. He was supposed to go to California, right? He was set to go to California just before things were cut down, and David Jr. realized that he was hibernating from Grandma's place. Now what happened? Of course, it was a twist of events, and everything had to come back to Dancing Grandma, and Dancing Grandma received now a lot of goodies coming from east, west, north, and south. And that is how she has got a lot of, you know, a soft heart for, or soft spot for Davy Jr. We've seen finally the cows coming in. That is the bride price. We've seen other, you know, presents like, you know, gifts, just small gifts. We've seen bigger gifts like the house and much more. Of course, we say congratulations to the Davy Jr., but we hope there is no hidden motive, because the what people are saying that there is more than meets an eye in the entire plan. And I don't know what you think about here. You know, what I'm doing is just simply reacting to it, and let the people in Nyabohanse tell us. Because I saw the other day Gintu doing some video, I've seen some village echoes doing some videos, and I'm just mixed up. So I've decided I don't have to really keep listening to them. I just watch David Jr., I watch what he's doing and react to it. So guys, let's live up to that. And of course, we'll be waiting for more drama if there is. We will be waiting for it.
Urgent
My
news.
goodness, what are these
I've
commercial
discovered a way
breads?
to eliminate hypertension in just 20 seconds using
Okay.
Look how much is dressed. And actually, there's a blue shirt. It goes so well.
with the black.
It goes so well. Mwita unaweza
It
semaje
matches,
kukuwa
right?
daktari professor hivi? Unaweza semaje? Look at Mwita and he looks sharp.
Yani sana.
Mwita says he's appreciative.
Now, guys, remember, in the world of content creation, you must create a niche. And I think this is one thing that Davy Jr. has mastered, unlike maybe some of us, I may say so. So he knows so well that his niche follows up his stuff, and they really like seeing these vulnerable people rising a little bit. But then what I ask myself is always this: why doesn't he keep pushing? But this is the first project he's done, the construction of the house. Of course, we are watching, maybe others are coming. The only problem I have in the situation of Davy Jr. is when you see a lot of, kind of friends who are dropped. And then he complains so much about these betrayals. And remember, he deals with drunkards. Let me tell you, one thing about a drunkard, they'll praise you when they are drinking. And by sometimes once they finish, they can even abuse you again. That's one thing somebody has to know. If you make friends with drunkards, be ready to receive a slap in the face. At the same time, you may receive appreciation. It's just like politics. Do you know in politics, if you're in politics, when you are doing well, you are a friend of the many. When you fall, you are on your own, okay? So, what I've noticed about Nyabohanza is that a lot of people have competition over these vulnerable people because they know that individuals in America sympathize with individuals who are suffering in Kenya. And so, they'll take advantage to create videos with such people, and the vulnerables will always be watched by people in America, and maybe in the process they'll be assisted. So they keep doing this, understanding that the niche will keep following, at the same time donors will keep doing it. Let me just turn the camera because as I told you, currently I'm operating in an environment whereby I'm limited by space and also movements, and that's why you can see, actually I'm in a kind of room, and we are conducting an activity that I have to keep working from here until I finish, all right? But all the same, I appreciate you guys. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? All right, I don't understand, but anyway, I know one day you'll be subscribing. Liking the video and also commenting is one of the things that I will really request you. Now, guys, let's get to something else in this and move away from the bride and bridegroom. Of course, you've seen the banker here. Now, I want us to get to Bahati Wadayana. Bahati Wadayana was actually taken care of in a children's home until he finally got to stand on his feet. And it has been years he has been singing and all that. Now, I want us to get to the story of this guy. There's a lady who came up and claimed she was the mother, and in an interview. So let me just check on that first. Then after that event, Bahati came up to ask whether this is a reality of somebody who was just trying to chase the wind. And then there are those who are saying he's genuine, others who are saying wait a little bit. So let's just check on this, guys. Slowly by slowly, no hurry in Africa, okay? Yeah, so this is the lady. This is the lady who came up and said that she is the mother. This is the mother of Bahati. Now the story goes, the lady says that she was afraid to go home with the daughter, the son. Then she put her son into a children's home. And then the children's home decided to hold on the child and cheated her that the child had died. On the other hand, they actually showed Bahati, a different woman, as the mother. And Anastasia Roby, hello, how are you? Welcome to the channel. I've run through 30 minutes. I've run my mouth for 30 minutes. I'm still running for 30 more minutes. So welcome in the house. Phil, welcome, karibu sana, Anastasia Roby. na kukaribisha sana hapa as I proceed to another aspect, all right? Before I go back to an analysis of Nyabohanze, let's just shortly look at this lady. Of course, after people watched the video, they began saying that they look alike and all that, okay? So we start with that before we proceed on to the next. Here we are. All right here. All right, I don't know whether it's loud enough. Yeah. All right.
Na wakasema sasa unaenda hapo msichana, tunakuona uko stranded. Nikasema sina kwa kwenda, mwenye tulikuwa tunaishi naye kwa nyumba alitoroka. Sasa nikienda hapo sina kitu cha kukula, sina vita survive na mtoto. Mama mmoja wao akanichukua akasema acha twende tukae na wewe, lakini pia mimi sina, pia maisha tu yangu ni ya shida. Sasa tukafika kwake yenyewe nikapata pia maisha yake ni ile ngumu. Tukakaa naye lakini akaona niko na stress. Akaonyesha msichana uko na stress gani? Nikamwambia hii stress sasa mtoto pia wewe una, mimi sina, sasa nitafanya aje? Kaniambia hapana. Usituputu ufikirie vibaya. Kuna tu unaweza ukasaidiwa. Nikamwambia njia gani? Ulikuwa ukipata hii mimba ulikuwa umeolewa ama ulikuwa una date? Huyu kijana alikuwa amenioa. Alisema yeye hataki urafiki, amenioa. Na tulikuwa tutaenda hata kwao. Alikuwa ananiambia tukao huko Machakos Ukambani. Sijaenda kwao. Alafu after kupata ball mliachana ama mliendelea kukua pamoja?
Okay, guys, let's make it a little bit critical, guys. Before you trust such a story, of course, you have to go through a lot of analysis. I'm just wondering, if this lady actually was married to somebody from Machakos, she had not visited the guy, and all this while, she has had a feeling, a kind of intuition, right, from her explanation, that made her always think that Bahati wa Diana is the son, okay? You get me up to that point. And she says that she was stranded when she was pregnant because the guy had run away from the house. So she was alone, and all along she could not have even how to manage herself. Now I'm just asking myself, I don't know how it's possible for somebody who comes from Western to be stranded in Nairobi until you're 9 months pregnant. You know, it doesn't beat logic, right? I've seen most people, even the maids in the houses, if they're working, most of their bosses will not let them work until they're, you know, at delivery point. So I'm not understanding that point in the first place. Somebody, let me understand. Okay, Anastasia Nairobi says, I think that mama is lying because Bahati has said he buried his mama while he was 7 years. Anastasia says, then Bahati sang a song of his mother, alikuwa wapi jameni? All right, Anastasia, there are all possibilities in the house. One thing for sure, we have seen children being stolen left and right, okay? There are high chances that if people think that they can maybe make money out of your child, they might steal, all right? We have seen that even in movies and all that, the switching of kids, and it might happen. I'm not really rejecting that fully. Even Bahati himself did not reject that. When he had this lady coming up with this story, she said, people are saying that my daughter looks so much like this lady. And might I be a Luya and only thinking I'm a Kamba? But then, remember that this woman has said the husband was a Kamba from Machakos. But she is a Luya. So, of course, he still remained to be a Kamba, okay? So, which means the people who picked that is Bahati maybe knew about the father. I'm just saying maybe. So, don't kill me. If you have a gun, don't point at me, okay? All right. So, let's get now forward and check into other details that she's sharing.
kijana mwenye hakuwa mbaya, lakini sasa mimi nikasema hapana, kama yeye imekataliwa sisi sukuma nayo. Sasa niliacha sasa tukaachana, yeye akaendelea na shughuli zake, mimi nikaenda kutafuta nyumba, nimwacha Karen, mimi nikakuja kutafuta nyumba kangine. Sasa wakati tena nilienda kumtafuta, by the way, niliona mimi imeanza kuwa kubwa, lakini kapata aliyama. Nikaendelea tu sasa kukaa na huyu msichana hapa kangine mpaka kufika wakati wa kujifungua. Na wakati huo ilikuwa kama saizi mtu anakupea namba ya simu, ilikuwa tu ni call box. Naenda tu kwa simu sikuanga za call box, hapo ndio tutatafuta mtu. Sasa ilikuanga ngumu tena hizo ma call box, tupate mtu chukuna watu kidogo akuanga na hizo simu. Na sasa hapo singempata. Kama ingekuwa saa hizi namba ya simu labda ningemtafuta, lakini kaamua nirudi nyumbani sasa. Kapiti tena ni tulionichua hizi tena kaa kwa wazazi. Kapiti tena nitafute ndoa hii. Sio ndoa tena, ikawa tena bado tu ni ndoa ya kunisumbua. Yaani nimejaribu kung'ang'ana niipange lakini ilisindikana. Nilasimisha lakini kaona hapana. Kila kitu kulasimisha na kisindikana, nikaachana nayo. Sasa niachana nayo, nikaanza tena maisha yangu ya kuhustle tena. Nikatafuta mahali nikakaa na watoto wangu tena. Sasa kuna watoto wangapi? Niko nao 6.
Imagine. Now the lady has 6 other children, all right? She says that when she actually lost the son home, she decided to stay her own life. And in her own life, she was married again, remarried. After remarrying, she got 6 other kids. And now, why does she have to come at this age and look for Bahati when he's so opulent? Why not when he was a little kind of starting life? Like she says the first time she saw him getting to the stage to sing, that's when she saw and she just felt like, this is my son. I just don't understand, because if you're a mother and there's that intuition, then you would actually react then. Why wait until now? You know, this is the logic I can't get. But anyway, let's finish this discussion and then go back to said the other day, because he said DNA will do it all.
Sasa kawa tu siku moja tena jirani akaingia, tunakunywa chai, akasema but msimi nimepata mama shoshi, ananitanga mama shoshi, tulikunywa chai. Niliota tena Bahati akiniambia yeye kuniongelesha, nikiwaleta ripoti mko mnakunywa chai. Sasa nitoteja kusema chai kunywa, lakini neno kama hiyo hakuna. Sasa kawa siku nyingine msichana wangu akaniambia, mama mpaka hii kitu iko, msichana wangu mkubwa. Sasa siku moja akawa tu anatoka church, saa 11 akalala kwa kiti ya jioni hivi. Kulala kwa kiti, yeye anakaa kiturai. Nikapigia simu, atuma nimetoka church nikalala kidogo. Na nikaona Bahati anapita na msichana mwingine. Na mimi nilikuwa naosha vyombo. Nikamkimbiza nikamuita, nikamwambia Bahati, simama. Akasimama. Akasema nini unaniuliza? Nikamwambia mimi si stranger, mimi ni sister yako. Kwa sababu mama yetu anasema kuna mtoto alisaa akapeleka chipeni. Na tumemwandama akatuambia ukweli, akasema kuna mtoto nilipeleka akiwa mdogo na sijui, na pia ndoto zinamsumbua.
All right, guys, so you realize that she argues that dream motive has been actually playing part of her life and also the life of her other friend. I don't know which friend, and maybe some people are just asking, why take this long? And I'm still asking the same question. You understand? But then let's get to see what Bahati said. Because Bahati, of course, after hearing this, had to come out and speak. And I just want to take you to what Bahati said, because he said, maybe I'm just here keeping quiet, but let me see, and let's see this.
Me staring at 23 unread messages, knowing each response will take 10 minutes to type. We've all been there, typing.
The plot has officially thickened. And by thickened, I mean Kenyan soap opera thick. What started as a shocking media, Kenyans from all over science can decide what emotion cannot. But as the conversation was eating up online, the woman claiming to be Bahati's mother was not sitting quietly. No, she stepped forward again. Imagine hearing this story today as Bahati, a man who has spent his whole life believing he was abandoned, only to be told he may have been wanted, searched for, and fought for.
Okay, let me look for another video. This one is giving me commentator, and I want just the video from Bahati. This is where he did share.
I confess, mimi ya huyu. Another tea kama kawaida. As you all know, earlier today I had an interview with the mimi najua mimi ni king wa kiki, nimewachanganyanga sana, nimewapiga vipindi miaka nyingi, lakini akiwa live mimi I confess mimi ya huyu si usiki. Huyu mada mimi amenipiga by surprise. The story imetoka, my brother has called me, my big brother Kioko. Akaniambia huyu mada amekuanga kutafuta for 5 years, hata shaipiga hata kwa simu yake. My brother akaibrush off. Sasa ndio mimi nimemwona kwa video for the first time. And hizo comments zenyu, anafanana na watoto wangu, anafanya nini? Okay guys, this is a very, it might look like a joke, but it's also emotional. Sitaki kuichukulia kama jokes juu. I'm like, what if it was true? Let's say mamangu tu kwa tu ako hai mahali, you know. I think that will change my life forever, and that's why I don't want to brush it off, even though kuna story ya ziada hapo juu. Okay, naweza kuwa tu mimi kwa tu Mluya, mimi sio Mkamba. Naweza kuwa tu mimi kwa tu Mluya. Naweza kuwa najiforce na Kioko, kumbe mimi nafaa kuitwa Wetangula ama natembea mahali. It's just, but again I ask myself, I attended my man's burial. I was a child, yes, around 7 years old, but I witnessed that grave. So I'm just, should I pursue a DNA? Is it even possible? All
right. Let's just stop there first before we go to the end. So there are so many mysteries in life, and when you are finding it hard to understand, of course for this one there's an easy solution. Bahati has money, right? So there's no problem with him conducting the DNA. The DNA will be the solution. And of course, once that is done, the rest, the case is dusted and, put in another corner. So in case it's the mother, what happens? Do we now stop calling Bahati wa Diana? And in case she is not the mother, now what happens to the woman? Would she really still have a face to go out there and talk about this and refer to her dreams? Would we call her mentally disturbed? Would we actually come up with other theories? Maybe some people are saying it's a gig. Possibly Bahati has paid her to say this so that he pushes his stuff, Remember, he's telling us here when we are studying the video that he's full of gigs. You remember the other day he cheated us, he had really done away with the dreads? It was a lie. Of course, he went to the filter and did the AI. You know what AI can do? And so many people are there saying, oh, he has now lost his hair. Oh, but that was not reality. Of course, he had done a bet with Bahati, with Diana, and they had agreed that when his team loses, he shaves, whoop. And he cheated us, created an AI, did it, and we thought that he had done that. But then you understand the tingo. That's content creation. If you do content creation, you know what I mean, okay? So let's go after it and again hear the rest of the story. And after that, we are waiting for DNA, of course. Don't do a gig again because we are going to shave your hair finally. All right, so let's just check on this.
Because, if my mom was alive, man, that would have been the best thing in my life, I don't know what I should do. I have no contacts of this woman. How will I get her? Someone help me. But guys, okay, me gonna jokes nyingi, but this one, this is it. So
All
that's
right.
the video yenye Bahati ameachia pale kwenye
All right,
Instagram
all right,
page
all right,
yake,
all right.
na akasema kwamba yule ambaye yuko na contact ya ule mama aweze kumsaidia ili aweze kukutana na yeye.
Now, you guys, I'll ask you one thing. Bahati is saying if she will have contact, she'll get her. But I can see the video that has been done previously already has a number. Did I say it? Let me go back. So it's just getting interesting, all right? And I don't know whether this is, sometimes gigs, this is what we face as content creators. Sometimes somebody just comes up with a story, and it might be true or not, but then if you want to know the truth, follow it up. And that's why some of us do reaction, because we know what we are doing, right? So I want you to tell me, in this video that we just watched, the previous one, isn't there a contact right there? Let me just show you the screen. Reach out 0721 777388. And the video was done by Penina Rasugu Foundation. Guys, I don't know what to share, but I just think I'm beginning to really ask a lot of questions. I'm beginning to ask a lot of questions. I don't know whether I'm overreacting. Possibly I am. But then, have you commented? Have you dropped a like, thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel? If you've not, then you're wasting your time. Okay? Just on the notification bell so that whenever I post a video, you are up to date. Of course, you saw during the day we did a political video to just analyze our own Rigiji and ODM, among other political stuff. Of course, you understand this channel does political reactions, social reactions, and also educative lessons. And of course, currently I'm not doing educative lessons because I know the young ones are on holiday. Why disturb them? But sooner or later, I'm going to do the lessons, all right? So let's come back here and just check on something else. And of course, the return of mothers. Remember, it was Bahati's mother and Daniel Mwita's mother. Now, for Daniel Mwita, I know he's not such a popular person, but he's a boy that grew up in Nyabohanse. The father died of some kind of poison when he was very young, about 2 or 3 years. And then the mother, he was about 7 years, right? And he had the younger brothers and sisters. Then the mother disappeared, just leaving him behind with the grandmother. There was a lot of conflict around. He didn't understand what exactly happened. And he came about recently in the process of Brian's, grandma. During the construction of the house, he was the clerk, right? And the secretary at the same time, the treasurer too. We saw him having a whole, every time he was carrying a parcel here with money and paying everybody left and right. Maru assured him that he doesn't have to ask for pay. All he can do is to develop his YouTube channel. And currently it's monetized paying, right? Now currently the donors helped him to raise a house. How lucky he is, some of you are asking. And of course, what he did, he was able to construct a house about 3 bedrooms, right? Now, if I get it right, yesterday, when I was watching Marwa's video, Marwa went to Daniel's construction site, and when he met Daniel, which was the mother, they look alike, actually. And now the lady says she has 6 other children. What a coincidence. You see the coincidence between Bahati and Daniel Mwita? That's why I made this video one of them. And I hope this is what makes you like my channel, because I always make parallels between 2 different people from different worlds and just ask questions about this. And maybe let you also contribute towards my discussion. So let's go check on Daniel Mwita. Now here we are in Nyabohanse, right? And the mother comes back after 10 years and finds the son now having constructed a house. And she says she's not shocked because that's what she wanted. Of course, she shares that she was married elsewhere, but she wants to come back. All right? Because Mara was like, why can't we support you in business or something like that? Maybe donors would wish to go visit you and something like that. But she was like, Nana, I want to come back. I don't get the tingle. Do you get the tingle? If you don't get it, forget about it. We always say that, okay? So let's check on the story right here.
Yes, guys, guys, I'm trying to explain to Daniel's mom that we are pure YouTubers and we have nothing. You know, sometimes here in the village, there's a lot of rumors that we guys, we are devil worshippers, Freemasons. I'm telling her it has nothing to do with that. I even asked Daniel, which church does he go today? Daniel still goes to the church that I met him. So I'm just trying to tell the mom. Sometimes here in the village, there are a lot of, a lot of hula baloo.
All right, hula baloo, right? Of course, when you are successful, people will always create a lot of theories. Some of them might be true, some might be lies, but who cares? Who cares? Because when you're sleeping hungry, nobody cares. So when you are feeding yourself to satiation, who cares also? Nobody should be caring. But anyway, this is a little word. So people care when you are so prosperous. But when you are right in the trash, they don't care. Of course, they might just spit on you, and nothing matters really. So Marwa comes out to explain that his source of wealth is from YouTube. And I was like, are you worried because people are questioning this? Lucy, hello. Why do you think Marwa had to come up and show us that video about Mwita's mother? And I asked myself, is he worried? Possibly he's worried, okay? He's worried that the mother is back and maybe what will she think about. And I just heard the voices and I was like, oh, so Marwa can be this humble? And he was really keen to assure this lady that she's going to get assistance. Another Kaukash maybe? I don't know whether it's ringing the bell in your mind. Oh, Vilakazi, Vilakazi. Hello, how are you? The name is so wow. Okay, Lucy, welcome in the house. How is America? I hope everything is fine right there, my sister. And we are pushing things right here. Left with about how many minutes to finish this? About 10, around 10 minutes to finish my reaction. But I appreciate that you come to my channel. Thank you so much. Drop a comment, like the video. I thank you people. You've already given me 10 likes. I really appreciate because that matters to the algorithm on YouTube. And I also love your comments. Dropping them. Keep dropping them. Water, okay? So let's just check on this. This is Mother to Mwita. Lucy says we are okay over here. It's very cold. You mean America is just cold as Poland? Oh, I hope you're not freezing like our sister Dimwango. In the eyes, building, she said she's building Mona what? All right, so let's focus on this, guys. So I had Marwa talking here, explaining I'm not Freemasons, all this money YouTube, and I was like, this is a repeated story. Relax. It's so local that somebody sees you constructing a permanent house, they will believe that you are Freemasons. Really? Like, really? I don't get it. I don't get it because just building a house, then somebody labels you Freemasons? I doubt. There is more than meets an eye here. People have been actually talking about the aspect of him trying to kind of indoctrinate people into making him kind of their boss. Like, he has a small problem, he has to cry and they have to help. There are people who can actually really abuse you for nothing because you're just talking about Marwa and the weakness or doing a critique. But you critique maybe if it's Obina or somebody else, they don't care. You get it? So anyway, let's get to see. This is Mother to Mwita. This is Mwita. Okay. Yeah. So he had to interpret everything that the mother was saying, but the mother understands English. Remember, the father to Mwita was not such a low person. If you see that house that was being done before he died, he was really actually someone who's enlightened, just like the wife is. Unfortunately, Marwa thinks that this lady does not know English, and he has to keep making Mwita interpret.
And somebody dies in your home, they put it on you.
Yes.
Yes, because you have little money. Again, when you are very poor and your close relative dies, they all cry and say, oh, it's because we didn't have money to take him to... Sometimes I feel like even us, we confuse God, you know, because God doesn't know how to deal with us. Yeah. Let's see your siblings, Daniel.
Now, this guy asked for the siblings. And I'm like, are you serious? That was your intention? Because after asking for the siblings, what I expected it was that they were supposed to come, be introduced, and he does, give information about each of them. And of course, there was one serious comment on his channel. Somebody says, Mura, you are confusing us. You are talking about these kids, one in the university, another one, I don't know where. Where are they coming from? Because Daniel had already shared information about the brothers and sisters. Of course, he didn't have details, but Marwa comes and drops that in our face. And when people ask, he didn't respond on his channel, so far as I know. And I just think this is another intentional video to possibly push more supporters or donators. There are donators in the house, German, Sweden, America, and the UK. Are you in the house? Mark, Mike, and there is the Zambia lady. Yeah, we have all that. Judy Moyo, we have Janet Harris. I hope you're fine. Now, the Jamaican uncle, remember, he came in the village and was so serious about everything around Doreen and all that, then went back to Jamaica. But remember, Jamaica recently had a very serious disaster, but Mara didn't care. All he did was to just send verbal communication, just like us. He didn't mind that these people did a lot for him. And of course, we've seen a lot of reactors coming up with a lot of stuff to talk about, just like Diwango too. And she said, you who is talking, what have you done for them? I was like, okay, we are talking because we have not gained anything from Jamaicans, but we are also willing to do some things for them, of course. And she said the only thing she can do is prayer. Africa will unite. I remember you. I do remember you. You always watch me, so I do remember you. How are you this evening? I hope you're fine. And I'm referring to evening in Kenya. I know in your countries it's morning, it's a different hour, but you can bear with me. I hope you understand the context within which I'm presenting makes me sometimes not to really remember that I have international audience. Anyway, Lucy says Mura is very cunning. Don't mind him. Everything he does is intentional. I know, Lucy. I know. Everything he does is intentional, including the damage control that was done the other day, okay? And finish it up as we listen a little bit to what Marwa said here. And of course, from the entire video, because I don't want to show you everything, I'm just playing some parts. What I understood this lady saying was that she has a daughter in the university, but she doesn't even know university. She wants assistance in terms of fee. She said she always backs bricks, but then she's actually asking for Mara to make her have a stable life. She is also willing to come back to Nyabohanze, so no land grabbing. For those who are worried about land grabbing, it's safe and sound. Because she said she's so happy to come back to Nyabohanze, stay with the son. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people are pointing fingers at this lady asking where was she in 10 years. And I don't know. Of course, she ran away with the very small boys and maybe knew that Mwita would remain with the grandmother. And maybe the grandmother was so close to Daniel, I don't know. And of course, maybe during this period, Daniel shared that he has battled. But again, I saw that Daniel was such a cunning boy. He learned so fast from the teacher, Marwa. He came up with stories that will make people sympathize, and that's what donors want, right? And they really sympathize, and of course, he's made it. He did construct the house, right? And away from that now, he wants the mother back. He said he was so happy, he didn't have any words to express his happiness. He could not even cry. But when the mother came, he was happy. That's what he said. We don't know what is within himself, because for your mother to leave you, desert you at 7 years and come back when you are 22, there's some loss of attachment, right? And then you could imagine if something happened to you between that time, 7 years and 20 years, where would she be coming back to? Because now she has come back after watching a video that the daughter showed about Nyabohanze, and he began to follow Marwa. He also began to follow the son. He realized the son was constructing. He could not even come when just at the brim of it. But she has had to come when the son has already almost finished the house. Don't you see that is cunning? Guys, Nyabohanze is full of pretenders all over the places, whether they are mothers, fathers, husbands, wives, and all that, right? And that is why when I do reaction on them, I don't sympathize with any of them. spare nothing unturned, okay? If you know the tingo, you got it now. So let's see. We are just going to skip through a video very fast because I don't want to show everything. So Marwa had to create a video saying, hold your tears. I'm like, who is holding tears? None of them cried, not the mother, not the son. So who is holding tears here? I can't, okay? So let me just go to my reaction because I have no tears to shed here. So let me show you something. So they were called.
I want you guys to meet Daniel's brother and sisters. Give it.
All right, so the son, the sibling came.
He looks like that guy who fixes tiles. What is it? No, not MWita. The guy from Tanzania. Oh, yeah. You remember that? I don't know if you know that guy from Tanzania. What is his name? Mo Ibra Tiles. He looks like Mo Ibra. Mura, how are you? What's your name? Martin. How old are you, Martin?
Another name, or you have one name?
Okay. Martin Maro. Oh, that's why you're wearing behind the tan people can see. Guys, you know, Maro is a big name.
All right, do you realize that is a script? And that is why we always say some people cheat us that they have authentic videos, they create videos from nowhere. But I'm telling you, there's no way it was a coincidence for that boy to have dressed a t-shirt called Marwa. And then he comes up and says, turn around. How did he know that at the back of that t-shirt it was written as that? He comes around and says, meet the sibling, as if it's the first time he's meeting them. But that's a script, guys. If you understand what I'm talking about, of course, you know. All right? So, let's get to see. Did he even have interest to understand about the sibling in detail? Apart from knowing that one is in the university, another one I don't know in high school, and we have others all over the places, 6 of them. And now he begins to advise them to come back and asking them where they want to be. Why do that? Of course, donors. Donors, that is what they want to get. If donors hear about kids, school, desperation, joblessness, that's what these YouTubers in Nyabohanze do. You grab some of them, the desperate homes, and then you grab them, you begin to collect moolah in their place, and then you now keep the largest percentage, hand over the breadcrumbs, right? And remain with the bread. You get it? That's the tingo. That's how it goes. So this is how Marwa survives.
Not just mine. It's a community name. So my name is Maro, but also his name is Maro. So MWita. MWita, right? MWita, oh. Martin MWita. Martin Maro, sorry. Martin Maro. Proud of yourself. And also you want to make your mom feel like, oh, I actually gave birth. Or, oh, my kids are actually growing. I've been struggling with this. You know, Africa, parents struggle with us so much. Actually, yeah.
Now the controversy, I saw it here. Marwa always makes his videos. He claims he has done, but then he tries to pretend that he was such a desperate boy. He lived a very poor life when the mother was a teacher. Yeah, teachers don't have much money, but you can't compare a home in past where the mother or father was a teacher with that home where somebody was just a farmer. And of course, in Kenya, when we talk about peasant farmers, most of them are not into agribusiness. Now, he's coming here to indicate that, yeah, when you are a son, you should do well so that your mother is proud of you. Is it just you doing well that makes your parent proud, or is it maybe doing something for them too? And you realize this is where now many people keep blaming Marwa for the GBV that the mother is undergoing and all the challenges she has been undergoing, and now comparison of Argentina family and Concret's mom. And we don't really want them to be mistreated. But then we are just saying, why not do the same for the mother? You get it? Because my mother and my mother-in-law, if I have to offer the best treatment to my mother-in-law, I should start with my mother too. All right? So this is where many people keep asking a lot of questions and all that. Now he comes up in this video and says that I was like, so you know it? Yo, you know what you have to do. All right? So when we talk about it, then we are not wrong. Right? We are not wrong. You know what you're supposed to do, but you don't do it. So, style up, man.
Daniel. So what is her desire?
Matamanio yako ni gani?
Matamanio yangu.
Tell her to speak from the heart, not from the camera, not from...
Ongea kutoka kwa roho yako, usiongee kwa sababu ya
No, just from her
Matamanio
heart.
yangu.
Yes.
Ninatamani niwe pamoja na watoto wangu wote.
So we translate. Her desire, yes,
is to be with her all kids.
How many siblings do you have, Daniel?
7.
7. Wow. How many girls and how many boys?
Wasichana wangapi, vijana wangapi?
All right, so you see that comparison, parallelism between Bahati Wadayana and Daniel Mwita. And that is why I have to mix those videos sometimes, just bring the celebrities and mix together with other people. And of course, I know you'll be getting the aspect out there. Many mothers sometimes are forced to desert their kids, maybe because of situations, I don't know. Situationship. You cannot compare the current life and the past life. In past, parents used to leave their children in the hands of the fathers or the family of the fathers because they don't know where they are going or what they are going to do. Now, this lady had about 4 kids then, and left Daniel, then went with 3 others. And in the next marriage, she has got other children, 3, I think. And of course, the kids she went away with, one of them is in the university currently, all right? So she's not a failure as such. And I don't see how we can blame her so much. However, again, we cannot spare her, right? We will blame her a little bit because how do you leave your son 10 years, the father died, remember? He's an orphan. It's not like you had a difference with your husband and left your child in the hands of your husband. You left your child among strangers. She said she ran away because there were conflicts over land. Then, this is a boy. How dare you leave your son, in the hands of people who are having conflict with you over land? Now she opens her mouth and what does she say? That possibly that land is what caused the life of the husband. Remember, Daniel shared with us in another video saying that the father was poisoned. He came out from Nyabohanse one day. He had eaten, and then he came about to complain about the stomach, and just when he developed the complication, they took him to hospital. He did not survive. He died, and they buried him. So how do you leave your son in the hands of such people? So my problem is not that she left the son. My problem is she knew the situation surrounding the home, but still left the son in the hands of these people whom she was running from. If you are running away, you would go, maybe look for a job, and once you're stable, you come back, pick your child, and live with them. That's what I would expect in a normal situation of a mother, right? But then she just went, forgot about the son. It's more of abandoning, desertion, something like that, okay? So the son has lived a life whereby he has survived, and it's only by grace of God that he's been able to even go through school. He didn't even complete school. He dropped out at Form 2. Recently we saw him. He was willing to go back to school, but then Maro told him, why? I'm living as a YouTuber. I have not done any job anywhere. I've been a traveler. I've made millions. You can see I've built a villa. I've bought a Mercedes-Benz. I have all those, the other companies starting. So the boy was discouraged from going back to school, and now currently he's focusing on YouTube and, of course, begging. We call it begging. They say in America, charity. So he's doing what we call charity in America. In Kenya, we call it begging on the YouTube. And he's surviving. He's done a house. Maybe the next project will be a car. Who knows? And the land is so big, about 7 acres, right? So now that it was already fragmented, or rather subdivided, or we can use other words if you wish, he is now having the mother coming back. If it were you, how would you receive your mother? I saw a lot of Americans yesterday commenting and saying, what a mother. That's a bad mother. Anyway, we can't really throw her into the, in trenches. We can't throw her to the dogs, can we? We can. So we are actually blaming her, and we have already taken her to a court, a YouTube court, of course. And after that, we are taking her back and telling her now, you want to be back. What is your intention? And she says her desire is just to stay with her kids. I'm like, but the other kids have their own father the other side. The other 3, one of them is already in the university. We have 2 are still in school. So are you trying again to push the other kids from their father? Where is the father? She didn't talk about it, of course, in the entire video. She only said she has been baking bricks and selling to be able to pay fee. And somebody asked, That is Maro, of course. How do you pay fee for your daughter? And she said, I am not even aware. I was like, But you said you understand English, right? And I know that people who understand English and they're at that age, they should be informed. I don't see how you can just be so blue, or is it green? Green, I think so. You can't be so green about everything that is happening. But anyway, Daniel was given duty of going to investigate about this. And of course, we'll be waiting for the next story. We'll be on the YouTube streets. That is what we do on the streets of YouTube, right? So let's finish this by just looking at some sort of information right there, because I've already taken 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 52 seconds. Then we do the conclusion of the video.
Sisters wasichana.
Niko na mmoja anafundisha university.
She's a lecturer.
Mimi ako shule.
Oh, so that you can explain that.
Oh, the first, she has also a kid who she's in university.
A daughter.
Yes, a daughter.
Huko penye nafanya barua nikimsomesha.
Where she used to be recollecting herself to.
So she works casual laborers. Ask her what is her job. You know, people really want to know her story because probably somebody could help her, Daniel. Yeah.
Unafanyaga kazi gani kwenye huko ndio someshe?
Na kodesha shamba na piga matofali.
She used to make bricks and
to rent, to lease, actually say leasing of land and making of bricks. Ask her this red bricks.
Hizi matofali nyekundu za kawaida kama hivi.
Yeah.
There, not like me, I was saying that she came to visit me.
Yeah.
And go back because deep about her life.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. Even is now I'm knowing.
Yeah.
Through her, and it's good because you are here.
Yeah. Because sometimes there are some questions you can't ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
yeah.
But if I could know this before, what even the house that I'm building, would put that. But there is this mentality that a mother cannot live in a son's house.
No,
if she's aware of that, and
but
if she's okay.
No, you don't have to care about that.
Yeah.
Because we believe in God only.
That's what I'm saying. If she's
okay. So Marwa says, she can come back and stay with the son, even if there is such a mentality. I don't think it's about mentality. I think it's about culture. You know, in some cultures they say you don't have to stay in your son's house. So why do they do that? Sometimes living in one house as an entire family, especially when your son has matured or maybe they are married, it creates some sort of disrespect, right? So there is a need for privacy, and privacy can only be gained when you are distanced in terms of housing, in terms of space. You know, space is one thing that creates a lot of problems. Ask me why people at work have a lot of conflicts when they are having these offices that are open. Offices that accommodate 20 people will easily have conflicts, unlike places with closed offices where some people have their small offices. Yeah, so compare that. Compare companies with closed offices and open offices. So when we talk about this aspect of culture, Marwa is just pulling it down. But let me ask you people watching Nyabohanze, does Marwa stay with the mother in the house? He doesn't. He has a very big villa with about how many bedrooms? About 10 bedrooms. Which he doesn't use. He only uses about 3 of them, right? And he doesn't stay with the mother. The mother has a very big house on the other side, again, a distance from his house. And they only have 2 people in that house and workers, 2 workers, right? Why is he cheating this boy? And why is he trying to tell him that he should forget about the culture because you know, like he only believes in God. Of course, all of us believe in God. Even our ancestors did believe in God, right? They had several names for that, Nyasaye, Were, and all that. In different communities, they had different names of God. It doesn't mean that now when we talk about Christianity, now we forget that there was God. The major God is always there. And people have this culture. Sometimes it's not really the truth that what they say will happen, but it's because of creating respect. And Marwa knows that very clearly. He cannot stay with the conqueror's mom in his house. He can't. Okay? She can only go there like a visitor, and sometimes she's so shy about everything. She goes there very fast and leaves. So space is very important. You cannot be constructing your house. You didn't have a plan for your mother. She's just come from nowhere after 10 years. Then now you create space for her in that house. Of course, donators are in the house. They are ready to contribute. They'll bring more money. Let a house be raised for that lady, because this piece of land is so big, 7 acres. In fact, there should be a distance between Daniel Mwita's house and the mother's house. They create a big compound, and that is established because she has now 7 kids. Now remember, all those 7 kids are not from one father. She has also been away for 10 years. The bonding has to be created. She has to, maybe if she wants to come back, she has also to be busy. And that is why the aspect of opening a business for her is very important, so that she's independent. Let her not come back and become a burden to her son. Because sooner or later, we always say familiarity causes what? Okay, if you know the proverb, you can finish for me. But let's just conclude this at the end of it.
Be okay with that?
Yeah.
Me, I'm fit welcoming her only if the other family could not have any issue.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we might not know the way she left there.
Yeah, that family.
Told that family.
Yeah, but she should be the one making this decision. You know, you as a boy, all you care is my mom okay? That's all. If she's not okay, it's also a problem. If she's okay, you feel more settled. Yeah. But, you know, me, I always say like this, what you have in hand is what fights for you. So for now, me, you should just talk to your mom and see where her heart is. Yeah, and you don't have to worry about tomorrow. Yeah, because sometimes when you worry, and I hope, how is your YouTube actually doing? About monetization?
Monetization is just this, you know, like that other channel.
Yeah.
Haven't monetized.
Okay.
Even now I was trying to upload this.
Speak a little loud. People will struggle to hear you.
So even now there's a video I was uploading there.
Yeah.
Still, I can say,
But the other one is catching up.
yes, with that somebody's AdSense.
Yeah.
I can't be able to
Rely.
say that I'm monetized.
Because it's somebody's AdSense. But you can see it from YouTube Studio here.
Yes.
So they can't lie to you. They can't lie to you.
See, like here, this is another new channel.
Oh, so it's...
Because me knew that she's coming to pay a visit,
Yeah.
then she will go back.
No, your mom wants to stay in her
Anything
land.
else is when I'm realizing. So even to make a decision now, it's very, very tough to me. Also,
No, me, one thing I'll tell you is don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't put fear controlling. Just say, this is what God has planned. You know, God planned that one day you'll build a house and then your mom will come. And maybe God said your mom will not come before he blesses you. So for you, it may be like it's a tough decision, but this was already God's plan. You will not hear any hearsays from out there and even give them an ear. All
right, so we come to an end of this. But did you hear the advice of Mr. Commando Traveler? So Maro the Traveler says, don't listen to hearsay. Don't get to be following what people say. Don't fall a trap of this. Because he knows that in Nyambohanze people speak a lot. Of course, the reactors, we have the YouTubers, a lot of unhealthy competition right there, with a lot of fights left and right. And that's why we react towards Nyabohanze, because it's a village of telenovas. From Nyamwini to Nyabohanze to wherever, all those places, is a lot of drama. You can actually make a lot of videos a day if you had time, from here to Timbuktu, right? But anyway, I don't have that time, because as I've told you, I'm so busy running up and down. But at least I've tried, right? 1 hour, 19 minutes. I think I've tried to do my reaction, and I hope in one way or the other, it has enlightened some people, maybe entertained them, and engaged us within this period. Because, of course, currently YouTube is taking over the world, and you understand that some people don't really follow the TV as much. And that is why we started to run out of the other sides. Of course, ask me if I watch really TV. I have no time. I keep watching the YouTubes and creating content, reacting towards that and all that, because that is a niche, right? So guys, my people, I'm so happy that you watched me, and I also appreciate that you keep acknowledging what I do. You drop comments, you drop likes, You are really pushing my channel. We are almost reaching 4,000 subscribers. What a great move. I didn't know this, okay? And I know that God will also bless you in your adventure. Some of you are YouTubers, some of you are just out there working in different venues. Some of you are actually maybe students, parents, and what have you. You are welcome, okay? And let's keep growing, because it's about supporting me. I support you, and this is the world. A very small web, but that's where we belong. So this is our ecosystem. Let's keep growing. And of course, you see something you need me to react towards. I always react towards political aspects, from India to America to Australia, Canada. I did something recently about Guinea-Bissau. I did something about Mozambique, Sudan, Uganda, Tanzania. I've already done a lot of videos. I did something about Trump the other day, South Africa. And we did some Madagascar stuff, Seychelles and all that. So feel free. If you get something, somebody told me I should be reacting towards India's Prime Minister. Of course, I researched. I'll be getting time to sit down and also relate to another, because I don't want to do just India. I may relate India and Korea, or India and Seychelles. I have to actually do a connection so that I'm relating one country to another and the politics happening there, how some things have changed. I also did something on Jamaica, a lot of videos on Jamaica. So please, if you get time, go back to my videos, watch them. I also have some small vlogs, some shorts and all that. So bye-bye for now. See you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Haya, dota wangu ndio